Hello, I'm Phúc Khang. Today we will talk about an interesting topic. Do you know what topic is that? The topic is how statistics can be misleading. Do you often make your decision from organized data? I think yes. So if yes, then I have one more question. Do you recognize that in the end of the data had something that can turn the result upside down? Many people don't read this part, but this is a very important part. So let this 8 years old boy explain this for you. In this video, we will talk about the Simpsons paradox and we will talk the example of it. We also know how can you avoid falling for this paradox. Let's start. Statistics are persuasive, so much so that people, organizations, and whole countries base some of their most important decisions on organized data. But there's a problem with it. Any statistics can have something lurking inside it, something that can turn the result completely upside down. For example, imagine you need to choose between two hospitals for an elderly relative surgery. Out of each hospital's last 1,000 patients, 900 survived at Hospital A, while only 800 survived at Hospital B. So it looks like Hospital A is the better choice. But before you make your decision, remember that not all patients arrive in the hospital with the same level of health. And if we divide the hospital into good health and poor health, the picture starts to look very different. Hospital A had only 100 patients who arrived in poor health, of which 30 survived, but Hospital B had 400 and they were able to save 210. So Hospital B is the better choice if your relative health is not good, with the survival rate of over 52.5%. And what if your relative health is good when she arrives at the hospital? Strangely enough, Hospital B is still the better choice, with a survival rate of over 98%. So how can Hospital A had a better survival rate if Hospital B had better survival rate of each of the two groups? What we stumble upon is a case that names Simpson's paradox, which is something that made the opposite trends depending on how it's grouped. This often occurs when the data hides a conditional variable, sometimes known as a lurking variable. This often occurs when the data hides a conditional variable, sometimes known as a lurking variable, which is significantly influence the result. Here, the hidden factor is the relative health proportion of patients. So be careful of them. Don't be overconfident. This is the next example. Two cities for a better life. City C had 20,000 people who arrived there, while City D had only 10,890 who arrived there. So it looks like Hospital C is the better choice. Why some people think that Hospital C is the better choice? Because they just read one or two sentences and said, it's okay, I don't read anymore because I know the main idea already. Please remember that any set of statistics may have something lurking inside it, which is very important. Let's go back to the example. Even though City C had better schools and universities, it might not be the good place that you want to go. Let's continue. City C had 70% of people who arrived there to have a good place to study, while City D has only 40% people who arrive for good schools. But let's look for the people who arrive there to live in suburbs, apartments, and houses. City C had only 30%, or City D had 60%. So City D is the better choice if you want to have a good suburb, houses, and apartments. If you want to study in good place, then City C is your choice. Here, the hidden factor is the people who arrive to live in houses, suburbs, and apartments, and people who arrive to study. Simpson's paradox isn't just a hypothetical scenario. It pops up from time to time in the real world, sometimes at important contexts. One study in the UK appeared to show that smokers are having a survival. One study in the UK appeared to show that smokers are have a higher survival rate than non-smokers over a 20-year time period. That is, until dividing the age group, the non-smokers are actually older on average, and thus more likely to die during the trial period, precisely than they are living longer in general. Here, the hidden factor is the age group, and they are vital to interpret the data. In another example, an analysis of Florida's death penalty cases seems to reveal no racial disparity of sentencing between black and white defendants convicted of murder. But dividing the cases by the race showed the different story. In either situation, black defendants were more likely to sentence to death. The slightly higher overall sentencing for white defendants was due to the fact that white victims were more likely to elicit the sentence to death than the victim is black, and most murders often occurred between people in the same race. So how can we avoid falling for the paradox? Unfortunately, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Data can be grouped in any number of ways, and overall numbers may sometimes give a more accurate picture than data divided into misleading or arbitrary categories. All we can do is study the thing that the statistic describe and consider where lurking variables can be present. Otherwise, we leave ourselves vulnerable to people who use data to manipulate others and promote our own agendas. Thanks for watching my video. If you think this video is useful and important in your real world, please like and subscribe to my video and share everyone so that everyone can know this tip and avoid falling for the Simpsons paradox. Goodbye. See you in the next video. Don't forget to watch all the videos I had created. They are very important videos that can help you in the real world. Goodbye.